Carolina, and one of the most iconic venues in all of college sports. Cameron Indoor Stadium, home of the Duke Blue Devils inferences. Let the madness begin from Durham, North Carolina. This first four matchup between Nebraska. We told you about Britt Prince, Amaya Hargrove, and other sophomores really come on strong for this team. Callan Hake, the only senior in the lineup, starts him off with a three. That is two-time A-10 Player of the Year, Maggie Dugan. 22 is Ulstrom, one of the top three-point shooters you're going to see in this tournament. Here is Dugan, knocks it down in the Big Ten this season, averaging just about 17.5 per game. Turns it over here. Spiders on the run. It's Alicia Newell, the sophomore, who is fouled on her way to the back.
And Coach Russell was telling us about his strategy from a scheduling standpoint to make sure Richmond had the bet. Is 37 coming into this game. That's very good for a mid-major team. They played Texas, they played TCU, they played Fairfield.
Petra Bojan, the 6'3 sophomore, passes it off. Prince, as you said, having her way. So Spiders looking inside. They get the basket from Ulstrom, her first points.
What a pass. Much for Nebraska early. Richmond's got to find a way to get that ball out of her hands.
And certainly a focus for this team defensively as Allie Sweet in tournament. Both of these teams with the challenge, Kelly, of trying to get some of that mojo back, coming off losses in their final games of their conference tournaments. That one rattles out.
It felt like both of these teams were a bit worn down towards the end of the season. They've played really tough schedules. You heard Coach Williams talk about that. But we're seeing a few rested teams tonight.
Good look inside. That post-to-post passing, working. Ulstrom coming up empty, her first couple three-point attempts. She's number 2 all-time in three-point makes in Richmond history. And there's again that Wainwright committing the foul for Richmond. Inbounding it here, number 1. Prince, beautiful move.
What a play by Jessica Petrie, the junior. Got the defense off balance, drew it a bit, and a beautiful backdoor pass.
Quick response from Sweeney. First 8. Richmond 5 of 9. Huskers swinging it around. The three-point attempt off the mark by Hargrove.
This isn't that length. That was a good first possession of defense for her.
Yeah, and great to see her back out there, number 21 in white. Didn't play the last 3 games after an ankle injury. Quick three from the corner. Yes!
I love that blob. I love that baseline out of bounds play when to let it fly. That's her 61st made 3 on the year.
43% three-point shooter for the Cornhuskers. Tough drive to the basket. 5 in the game. Maupin committing the foul. Gives the ball back to Richmond. They trail by 2, and then Prince blocks it. The legacy, and they're not done yet. Another 3. Up and in. So far, it's been Nebraska knocking them down. Nebraska, meanwhile, hit 3 of their first 5 attempts from downtown. They'll try another, and why not see it go through? Kennedy,
she's got to let that go.
So she and Ulstrom talked to us about the confidence that they have in one another in this team, despite the fact that updates as we get them. 5 on the shot clock for Richmond. Dugan was stuck, passes it off. Pull up in the paint is good from Anisha Scott.
Tournament in a great game. UCLA making the Final Four. And you got Ole Miss at the 5 seed. Ole Miss was a team contending for a top 4 all year long. This regional, I think everyone...
Free throw shooter on the season, coming off a 23-point performance in her last game, the Big Ten tournament. This player right here, a key part of getting this team going. Dugan is fouled. She will head to the free throw line.
Or score and put pressure on the Nebraska defense.
6 points in the game now for Dugan. As Nebraska rebound to be had. Prince, 6 points in the game for Nebraska. Just about everybody on the floor getting a touch. It winds up in...
And these post players continue to put a lot of pressure on Richmond.
On Friday, Baylor taking on the winner of this game. And Hargrove, who just hit her 4th free throw of the game. Where is the struggle been on this end of the floor, Kelly, for Richmond? Not getting what they want. A little more of that, right? The cuts through the paint, the good look.
Between both teams, but Richmond and Nebraska with good crowds.
Another three goes through. That's the third of the night.
Beat of this team been described that way by her teammates. We could tell just talking to her after shoot around Jen. She wants this season to go on as long as possible.
Tara Simon, a few threes going through the net would also help the Spiders. There's a deep attempt from Sweeney.
Can grab some momentum back from that.
Just a second made three by the Spiders. They're 2 of 9, and that's just too easy for Hake. It's 10. Richmond a chance to cut in a little bit more here. Just over a minute to go in the first half, and is it a foul? No, it is quite small here as the seconds tick away, and there's 1 second left on the shot clock when this foul occurs. A statement. No friendly bounce on that three-point attempt. A battle for the rebound. Hot shooting going in the second half as we get rolling. Nebraska in the white, Richmond in the red. Prince fouled, makes it anyway. Prince turns around. An offensive rebound to Bojan. Put back is good. Spiders typically able to rely on that three to fall. It's not been that way tonight. It has fallen for Nebraska.
She's played well so far in this one, 9 points, 3 assists, and has come out ready to go in the third quarter, trying to get her team.
Hake gets it inside to Bojan. Those are the decisions sometimes you wonder, Kelly. She doesn't want to force it, right, Maggie Dugan, but they need her to maybe be looking for a shot a little more. So far tonight, and just 14% there.
And it's not just the percentage, too, it's the attempts. Richmond averages nearly 30 attempts per game. They've only taken 14 threes.
Challenging season, you have to know how to withstand some runs, and right now Richmond stuck in one. As Nebraska going off.
Prince.
Danger zone time for Richmond, and that is the way to claw yourself out of. Got a dozen.
17-0 run from Nebraska to start this second half. We've caught a lot of games this year, Jen. I'm not sure I've seen that, especially coming.
Debutantes in this year's field. Shot clock violation. Stops. Three-pointer. Does go through for Callan Hake. Young woman has been such a key piece to this Nebraska team.
You could also tell when we talked with Hake and Britt Prince after shoot-around today, how much Prince in this transfer portal era.
Absolutely. Speaks a lot to the culture that is brewing for both. And
in that zone where you just feel like that ball is going to go in no matter where you shoot it, when you shoot it. It's like throwing a ball in the ocean.
Sweeney gets it back out for the three-point look. Had a chance to potentially go somewhere else. Decided to come back to Richmond for her senior year. She and Ulstrom both. This is what they were.
She's so committed to Richmond and Coach Russell and leaving a legacy at Richmond.
Prince leaving a legacy of her own for this.
Ago that made a run.
Indeed. Mississippi State 2023 is an 11 seed. Played in the first four. They're the only first four team since the end four that was able to make it to the round of 32. So they won their first game and then won the round of 64. Well, that's
Richmond realize they've got to be able to make a comeback here if they want to keep playing basketball. It's win or go home. It's March Madness. And they are in that.
Rebounding certainly comes to mind first, but the willingness to put your body on the floor and on the line for your team, take a charge, also right. And it has felt that way in particular for this Nebraska team.
That's a great point. I mean, Richmond has played all year knowing one loss could hurt them, one loss teams. But at the end of the season when they were struggling a bit, they needed wins. And that Washington win was huge. That win basically got them. Well, for Nebraska, it's working because this offensive performance in the second half especially has been fantastic.
And 22 points in the game for Prince. She blew a 20-point first half lead. Really fell off down the stretch in that one, so they have played so well to this point. And even with the big
team like Richmond, we've talked about it. When you can shoot the three, you're never fully out of a game.
Dugan pulls up for 2. 10 on the shot clock, and offensive foul called against Newell. This game on Friday here at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Duke Blue Devils will also open up play in the tournament, taking on College of Charleston. Baylor. Good history between these two programs from when they were both a part of the Big 12. Those, I trust my mouth, which typically I don't, coming in the fourth quarter. As Newell's done this a couple of times, worked the defense.
A little bit more in the second half. She's taken 8 shots in the second half versus 2 in the first. I think this is a tough matchup for Richmond with the physicality of Nebraska.
8 seconds on the shot clock. Another 3 from the corner for Johnson. The soft
of real time, comes in off the bench and knocks down 2 threes like it's nothing.
That basket will count. In core for the Richmond Spiders, who have really changed. This program is now one that can compete for an at-large bid out of the A-10 first half, just getting back to full strength after missing the last 3 games for Nebraska with an ankle injury. Under a minute to go in this first 4 matchup, first game to tip off your 20 bracket game. Men's game closes tomorrow at noon Eastern. Wednesday closes Friday morning at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, because we're playing more basketball here at Cameron Indoor.
Dugan, the lifelong relationship and all that Dugan has done for Richmond, but how about Nebraska? What a win. It feels like they want to keep dancing for a while.
Knocked out in the first round last year, so they will get another opportunity here from Cameron Indoor Stadium as Duke and College of Charleston will start you off. Get a chance to see the ACC